Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son and the producer of the show. Tonight's title, it's about time. Got some great things to say about that, but first, a quick piece of housekeeping for anyone who's out there joining us for the very first time. Be sure to say something in the chat if you haven't already. We'll put you in line for a reading and get to everybody in order here. Now, the first time, of course, it's always free, but going forward after that, it's $10 per time, or you can pay $100 and cover the entire month, which is a pretty sweet deal since there are 3 shows per week. That's normally Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 3 or 6 p.m. Arizona time. Now, I have a quick thought to share before I turn it over to Christopher for the evening to do introduction and readings. Time, we can take it, spend it, have it, lose track of it, but once it's gone, we can't get it back. And that's all the more reason to appreciate each and every single moment. So, thank you all so much for spending time with us and sharing your time with us and enjoying your time here together this evening. So, that's all I've got to say. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Hey, good evening. Happy Wednesday. Great blessings to you. As you all know, I start the show with the incense, which helps to clear energy. But this incense tonight is particularly for all of you to really fully awaken the master within. And I'll be able to talk about that. That may make a little more sense to you when we pull the group card or when I show you the group card that was pulled earlier today. But this incense is for you to wake up and be happy. So great blessings to you here. Now, the theme of the show, it's about time. I always pay attention to what happens during the day to come up with the theme of the show. And something came across my feed from a television show in 1966. I was 10 years old, and we watched it faithfully. And it was a show called It's About Time. And the theme song went, it's about time, it's about space, it's about cave people in the strangest place. But it was about these astronauts that got caught up in some kind of vortex. It took them back in time, and then they ended up bringing the cave people back forward. So it was like it was the same gentleman that did Gilligan's Island, but it only showed for 26 episodes. But that theme song is still stuck in my head. And so the thing that I wanted to share with you tonight, if you let me ask you this first. How old were you when you learned to tell time? Maybe 7, 6, 7, 8 years old. So what did you do before that? Before you learned to tell time? Well, for me, we lived in northern Idaho in the woods. No cell phones. Back in the early 60s. And when the sun started to set, we knew we had to be home. But I didn't think of it as telling time. I just watched the signs. So then think about this. Once you learn to tell time, then when did time become significant? At around what age? Let me share some. I have a master's degree in like organizational psychology. I have a degree in psychology and in communication. So I looked up some of these studies done on time. what any group of people think about time ends up being a result of them interacting with each other and socialization processes. So think about when you learned to tell time, and then when you learned to make time significant, is perhaps when you began to get into the social aspect of interacting with other humans. But before that, was it really significant? Not really. Time is a social construct that humans have created to navigate and better manage their lives. It's a human construct. On this show, we talk about spiritual growth, spiritual jumps, spiritual ahas, and some of us, most of the world, goes, gosh, I've been doing this for years, and I just, 10 years, 3 weeks, I'm not getting anything from this class, I'm not, excuse me, but that's not how the brain works. That's not how the universe works. Many scientists and philosophers argue that time is not a fixed and objective reality, but rather a subjective and human-made illusion. So this show has always been when I pull and I do readings for you, and many of you told me this, it helps to break through your illusion of how you're seeing your life or how you're seeing things. And time is a big one of these. So that goes into, so I pulled the group card. We came up with the idea for the show. I'm not sure which came first, tomato, tomato, chicken, egg. But here's the group card. This is called Shambhala or Shambhala initiations. So Shambhala, it's said to be a place in the Himalayas that's actually an etheric retreat. So it's been said to actually exist between worlds in a no time zone. So when you think about that no time zone, think about that age of 7 or below. But this is where this card is about coming in touch with, coming to know some of the greatest spiritual adepts, the greatest spiritual masters that have ever existed in no time. These are enlightened teachers, and many of them have walked the earth. Many of them are in this other realm with the no time. And that song that I was telling you about earlier, it's about time, it's about space, it's about cave people in the strangest place. It's also about time, space, of which again, constructively, space is pretty much a human construction, just to help us grasp or understand dimensions. So we are seekers here to expand our awareness. There you go. And understanding our dharma or our life path. So if you've ever taken a walk in the woods, you haven't even really looked at the watch. You're just enjoying this amazing path. You're enjoying the walk. And you're not really considering time. That's dharma. That is your life path. Knowing that you're on it. And so this is the prayer. If you'd like to pray it, it's great masters, great teachers and elders of Shambhala. Thank you for helping me remember my dharma, so that I have an enlightened awareness of not just this world, but worlds. Okay? And so to do that, just take time. How about you just take time to retreat and recharge? To be in that no time zone where you're retreating and you're recharging and you're putting your phone away, you're not looking at the clock or the watch, retreating, recharging. So great blessings to you. on this Dharma, on this path that's unfolding before you. And if you look at this card and this city of Shambhala, if you look at like these waves that are coming out, these are the broadcasts from Shambhala. It's a matter of tuning your channel to pick up the broadcasts. That's what the show is about. So welcome everybody. And what we do is, in the order that you came in on the show, Kenan, my son, is the producer. He tells me who's first. I pull a card or do a reading for you. Then I go to the next one in succession in the order that you came in the show. So we've got Marilyn, John, Diane, Cafe Chick, welcome. First time on the show. It's nice to have you here. Doreen, Tiffany, Marilyn, and Abby. Awesome. Thank you all for being here. Happy Wednesday. And Kat and Jared. Okay. All right. So you're from all over the United States. And Marilyn is Carolina, representing Carolina, along with Marilyn and Abby, South Carolina. Maryland's North Carolina. So, my dear Miss Marilyn Pitts, here we go. And what we do is I shuffle through the cards, and whatever card falls out is the card that's for your best and highest. So Marilyn, this is it's the strife card. So let me put it this way. Are you worried about the Black Death? Are you worried about Christians being fed to lions? Are you worried about being eaten by a saber-toothed tiger? Or going swimming at the beach and having a megalodon eat you? No. But if you had lived in prehistoric times, you might be worried about a saber-toothed tiger or a megalodon, or in Roman times being fed to lions if you were a Christian. You get my point. Many times, worry never climbed a hill, worry never paid a bill, worry never done a thing you thought it oughta. And so many times these energies, we talked about this on the other show, that we are mostly empty space. If you take every human on the earth, take away all, or combine all the empty space or all the atoms, there'd be 8 billion humans that would be able to fit on a sugar cube. We'd be very, very small. So we're mostly all empty space. So think about us as this energy field. You know, many of us have had aura photos taken, and there are cameras that actually take pictures of these energy fields that we're comprised of, that hold us together. We don't understand it, but we know that there's energy fields. We know that we're mostly empty space. And so let me put it this way, Marilyn. I get to my point. You know I do. It just takes a minute. So when you go camping and you come home and you go, wow, that 3 days ago, my clothes still smell like campfire. Okay, you got campfire smoke on you. You get that, right? Within our energy fields, we can pick up worry and strife from others. And so be really cognizant of who you talk to. And when you do, what are they talking about? What can they be projecting energetically? And some people, after you talk to them, you need to go take a shower. Spiritual, anyway, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like their chocolate gets on your peanut butter. Reese's peanut butter cup, you know that adage, right, Marilyn? And you and I have had enough personal readings. I think you get what I'm saying. So this is about clearing your energy field of anything and anyone that you've run into lately, or that you're worried about or concerned about. And then hold one of your kittens. What does a cat worry about? How much time of the day does a cat spend worrying? I don't think any. Yeah, no. This is clearing your field and noticing when you do get stressed or you do get worried. Whoa. That's not who I am. That's not my 7-year-old, 6-year-old, 5-year-old self who didn't worry. A child doesn't really have that strife or that concept of time, right? It's all working out. Let go of the strife that's not even yours.
She's worried about sore from surgery and stuff.
Okay, so I love that. Trying to think positive, and you're holding Rocket right now. I love that. I love that. Great cats. So one of the masters, who's probably in Shambhala, is named Yoda. And he says, there is no try. There is do or do not. It's kind of like, let me put this in perspective. The car's coming to pick you up. Let's say an Uber car. Car's coming to pick you up. Do you really care what kind of car it is? No. It's just a matter of trusting. It's trusting the universe. And what about that colonoscopy are you worried about? What aspect of it? And then once you identify it, there's nothing to worry about. It's staying in the present, right? When you're a child, you're out playing. You're not going, okay, let's play tag, everybody, for 10 minutes. Okay, just 10 minutes. Okay, I'm watching the watch. We're going to only play for 10 minutes. No. We're here, and then we go. And then we get to do it again, if we want. Okay. Who's next?
John.
Hey, John. Oh, okay. Princess of Wands. talk to somebody. Sometimes it helps us to process things by bleh, right?
It's true.
By just bleh. Well, no, I have to be, I want to stay positive. I want to stay positive. No, you know what? It's okay. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That book from 50 years ago, I don't know, 40 years ago, a long time ago, that people, women particularly, but to say men too, process by hearing themselves talk. And that's why some relationships get damaged, because when the woman's talking, the man's thinking, oh God, okay, I got to write this down. Okay, could you say that again? Because I've got to solve that. I've got to fix that for you. No, the woman is simply talking so she can hear herself. It's an extra sensory that they have where they can hear themselves and then come up with their own solution. Or sometimes ask for suggestions or help. John, it's okay to ask for help, especially if you're feeling bummed down, agitated. We all get there. My go-to has been sometimes those Target pillows that I get on sale, and I just simply scream into them. It's okay to do that, but it's like not restricting your throat. This is the card about ascending, but letting go. So the reason she's ascending is she's letting go of the tiger that she's been dragging, and the tiger is attached to her throat. The tail of the tiger is attached to her throat. But speak to a friend that just simply knows that you're throwing up and they're going to hold your hair. Okay? It doesn't mean that you're... It's just somebody that's going to listen without judgment. Okay, we've got... Okay, Diney. So, Diane, are you willing on all levels to let go of all judgment? Judgment on yourself, judgment on others, judgment on anything. This is balance. This is adjustment. Oh. You're going to also find a really good chiropractor. A chiropractor would be hugely helpful for you. So there's a chiropractor coming in to help you with a really good adjustment. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Okay, we've got Cafe Chick. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here. It's so great. Okay, Cafe Chick. Impress. Empress, impress. In any way, shape, or form that you've been holding back, that's all changing. This is you stepping up, stepping out. Kind of like the Princess Diaries. Anne Hathaway that, played the princess. she ran from her God-given inheritance and her position. This is you coming into an understanding. It has nothing to do with ego. It's just simply coming into your birthright. Understanding what your birthright is. You're here to impress because you are the Empress. I love that. So I do pull a card for you, but it actually pertains, to everybody in the show. We're here to impress because we are the Empress or Emperor. So much like John's card, Cafe Chick, your needs, wants, and desires are valuable. And so we think sometimes that we may need something or want something. So tell the universe, give me this or something better that I'm not seeing now. Give it to me now. Just like an empress is commanding, this is taking more control of your life, being given more control, and stepping up and demanding. And in such a way that, like an empress, when she states a command, she fully expects it to be carried out, and it always is. Speak your truth and clarify it. Bring it down to really clarify it. And also then look up the Google spirit animal swan. Okay. Hey, Doreen, thanks for being here. Truce. Uncle. You know what I mean by shouting uncle? If you're in a wrestling match or a fight with somebody and they're pulling your hair and you're like, oh, okay, I'm done with this. And you cry, uncle. This is when you're kids, right? And then that's the word, that's the safety word. And you go, stop. You stop it. This is allowing people to be right. Just to get the energy from them off of you. It's like, you know what? You're right. Because there's more and more narcissists out there. There's many, many narcissists or borderline narcissists who have to be right. Okay. You're right. Because their whole thing is sometimes they want to fight. They want the energy from the fight. That's what it's all about. They're just sucking your energy field dry. But if you go, you know what, you're right, then they have nothing to fight about. And you can move on to more important things. These are people that make literally literal mountains out of molehills. I mean, just inane. You know. So this is you moving more into your truth and just not even because some people fight to win the battle and then they lose the war. This is you being able to look at a situation much, much bigger and look what's important. And much more peace in your life. Much more peace. Be free of pushing it. Be free of pushing things. Allow the universe to create it. Allow the universe to co-create it with you. Trust it's all going to work out. Somebody was talking to me. It's a friend of mine that's going to the same show I am in February, right? And they're like, "Oh my God, your posters are so beautiful, blah blah blah," and I haven't even done my brochures yet. I'm like, well, keep this in mind. The brochures are important because in Jesus' time, you know, all those stories in the Bible about Jesus standing on all the street corners and handing out those brochures, that's really what spread Christianity, right? And Buddha, you know, he was sitting under the tree and people would come by and he would just hand them a brochure. You know, that's how Buddhism spread. No. I'm kidding, right? This is allowing the universe just to spread your message. Not that you don't use social media or brochures. I'm not saying it's wrong or bad, but if you look at the universe and what it had in store for those people, it has in store for you. Like the word will spread, the people's experience with you. That's what you're looking for, and it will increase tremendously. Okay, Tiff, here we go, Tiffany. So, Tiff, I know you haven't been on the show a long time, but I always tell people it's not the card that comes up that's important as the message that I'm seeing from it. So if I ever pull this card with any of you, it doesn't mean what the card says. Okay? But Tiffany, this is the death card. So a few things on this. It's not about literal death, but it is about change. It's about living your life absolutely more fully. And in order to do that, some things that you've gotten used to are going away. This is like a completely new opportunity, a new way of looking at life. But you know what? This is also your ability to see behind the veil. Now, you logically want to... So when people begin to experience spiritual or supernatural things, they immediately want to categorize it, define it, make sense of it. You're moving into a realm where, and I know your daughter's helping you with this, that you have these synchronicities happening to you more and more. That's going to be increasing. Sometimes it's like you think it's a floater in your eye, but it's not. Or you kind of see this puff or whiff of smoke, or you would term it as smoke. Sometimes it's a light. out of the corner of your eye, or a movement out of the corner of your eye, or just synchronicities. And you'll be guided through this new process by these signs from this other realm that's actually been all around us all our lives. But it's you're becoming more aware of it. Okay, my dear Marilyn and Abby, we've got Kat and Jared, Laurel and Andrea. Welcome. Okay, here we go. Marilyn and Abby. So Marilyn, do a Google search. So one of my friends, she was out for a walk, and it was like during one of the first snows of the year up in Colorado. A client of mine, and she noticed deer tracks, and so she thought, well, elk tracks. So she thought she would follow these elk tracks, and then there were more and more elk tracks coming from all directions, coming to a focal point. And then she could see around this very, very large kind of hill or mound that all where the elk had all lain down. And she thought, well, that's really strange. Why would they come here and lay down on this hill? So she ended up taking a shovel out there and kind of started digging in the mound. And she literally found hundreds of thousands of quartz crystals, rose quartz crystals. And so the elk were literally drawn to that spot. So I don't know what's in South Carolina by you. But look up, Google ruins, like old ruins, ancient ruins, Native American ruins. We here in Arizona, we have many of those, sometimes a few thousand years old ruins. But when you go there, you can feel a certain energy. There's something about that's unique about this that is important for you. I'm going to call you on this one. Kenny, can you write that down? Yeah. I'm going to call Marilyn on this one. Okay, my dear Abby. Queen of Discs. This is more money coming in. It's the queen. She's leaving the desert. But she has really good memories of, because she's climbing this mountain. She's looking back on the valley. She has these incredible memories, the incredible good memories. But you're moving past the desert. You're moving up the mountain. And that it's okay to leave people where they're at, because they have their own journey. You're probably going to be with them on a journey in the next or future life. So it's okay to say goodbye and to leave people, or even to allow them to leave as you're moving up the mountain. without any regrets. You have done your best. You have done your best to help people. But then it comes a time when they must choose to help themselves. If they do not help themselves, that is not your fault. In any way, shape, or form where there's been fault, where you think you should have, could have, would have done better, are you willing to flush that? There we go. Yeah. Someone ask everybody on the show, anywhere where you think you coulda, shoulda, woulda done better, are you willing to just, again, release that out of your energetic field? It doesn't belong there. That was a learning experience. Move it out of your field, Abby. Marilyn can help her do this. Anywhere where you think you coulda, shoulda, woulda, because you've got such a great heart, as so many people on the show do, everybody on the show does. It's like anywhere where there's blame, shame, or guilt, move that out of your field. That will help you move up the mountain. And you're going to meet new people up on each level of the mountain. And not that they would ever replace the people in the valley, but it will help allowing those people that are in the valley to let go, or to let go of them so that they can move on. I hope, am I making any sense at all? Yes. Okay. Okay. Sometimes it just comes through, Abby. All right. All right, my dear Kat and Jared. Well, Kat, you got the wealth card. And I love this. So, again, yes, I pulled this card for Kat, but it's with everybody on the show. This is more wealth coming in. So, Kat, go grab a pen and paper and start your list. What is wealth to you? You know, for me, can you grab one of those silver coins? Yes. So for me, what I love is, I just love, like I get these silver coins. I can't see it. Anyway, these are MS-70s silver dollars, and I like collecting these. You can put it by the card. What's that? You can put it by the card. Yeah, I can put it by the card. Okay. There you go. So yeah, this is like an early MS-70, and for number one, it has silver in it. If you and you go look up, I won't go into it right now, but you can look up the metaphysical meaning of silver, also the metaphysical meaning of gold. It's really what a lot of our history and how money was traded was in gold and silver. There really was no currency as we know it now. Anyway, this is like, what is wealth to you? It's not just money, but it's also having time. But again, time is a fallacy. It's a construct. But being in that place of no time, where you get to do what you want when you want it. All right? Okay. Good. And then Jared, so this is you moving into that. So make a list, and universe, give this to me now. This or something better. Universe, give this to me now. Or something I'm not seeing that could even be better. Yeah. And then, Jared, could you guys just remember, if you could take a list of everybody's name on the show and just remember us in your will? because Jared, you got the money card too. It's the Ace of Discs. Oh, I cracked myself up. So both of you sit down together or separate, but then come together, look at your lists. And I would encourage everybody on here. So Cafe Chick, Doreen, Tiff, Marilyn and Abby, Laurel, Andrea, Ashley, Robin, make this list. What is wealth to you? Universe, now give this to me, or something better. Because but I will tell you this, and this is for everybody on the show. This is more money. I mean, no doubt about it. I want to be very clear about that. It is more money for you guys, for Jared and Kat. And then, what will that money do for you? Write that out. Okay. And then we've got Laurel. Hey, Laurel. Texas representing. Oh boy, what is this? Oy vey. All right, Laura, I'm just going to go through my thinking, my download process here. Fish on Fridays, Catholic Church, Aretha Franklin, Gospels, there is something really powerful coming through, Laurel, here, and I've got kind of goosebumps on it. It's like, look at singing Gospels. Like I know there's got to be music and songs around the 23rd Psalm, which is like a song of protection. Psalm 91 is another big psalm. I got to tell you this story real quick. So a few months ago, I was reading for this woman, and I said, there's something with this book that you read as a kid. And I said, you need to read that book again. And she's like, so she came from an extremely poor family. So they had a 2-bedroom shack that had no central heating. And during the winter, they would have to stack hay bales outside the house so they wouldn't freeze to death. And then there were 6 kids in a 2-bedroom house, and their parents slept in the other bedroom. So the 6 kids shared one room, one bathroom. And then in the summer, they would have to go outside, and they all lived in a tent. The kids lived in a tent outside because they had way more space. Anyway, my point is, Laurel, she goes, well, the only book I read as a kid was the Bible. Boom. I go, it's the book of Psalm. So she goes, well, that's really weird because just a couple of weeks ago, somebody gave me a Bible, a brand new Bible. I'm like, go get it. She gets up, she goes to get it. We open it up, and there's a Post-it note in this Bible. Well, I said, did you put the... No. She goes, it's a brand new Bible. I haven't even picked it up other than when they gave it to me, and it was Psalm 91. What I'm getting here is this divine voice. You're getting a divine voice download. Pick up your Bible. I mean, literally sing Psalm 23 or Psalm 91. Sing it. You can make up the tune in your head. There's something major clearing here. I don't know what this is, but it's energetic. It's kind of like, if you're choking and somebody goes "Gah," on your back or you're coughing and somebody's patting you on the back and it expels stuff. That's what it feels like. It's energetically the reason you're singing this, Laurel, and I hope I'm coming across clear and I don't sound like a fanatic, but this is like I can feel the energy of this. That's why I'm talking faster and louder, because I can feel the energy of this when you're singing. Move that energy. It's moving out. This is like the last pat on the back that just forces it out. Before you go to bed tonight, and if you don't have a Bible, just look it up on the internet. Psalms 23, Psalm 91. Woo! And this is even, it could possibly be like even performing at churches. Oh, I got chills on that one. Yeah, that's a really good one. All right.
Preston Hamspot.
Preston,
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you very much. Okay, Preston. Love. Highest vibration in the universe. Preston, literally go buy yourself some roses. Yeah, I know. Buy them for yourself. Love is the highest vibration. It is said that the rose, the smell of the rose, is of the highest vibration as well. Just even smelling roses puts you in a different state of mind. And this isn't about you loving others. You love others. Preston. Are you willing to allow more love in? Are you willing to be loved? Dude, you are really, really a lovable person. The thing that's going to break with this year for you, that's going to really break through for you, is this allowance of love. Are you willing to allow the absolute pinnacle of love into your life? Allow to be loved. Allow the worth of yourself and how valuable you are more. Okay. I can feel that now. I can feel it moving. This is absolute love. It's the highest energy there is. So thank you so much for being on the show, because this is such an important point for every one of us. Are we allowing more love of ourselves in? And how unique we are. Good job. Yeah, Psalm 91. Yeah, thank you, Kenan. Okay, who's on next?
Whoops. Yep,
Andrea, thank you so much for being here. Awesome, Andrea. Andrea, I love this. Work. You know. Work is your expression of divinity. What do you do before you become enlightened? Well, you chop wood, you haul water. And then you know what you do after you become enlightened, Andrea? Yeah. You chop wood and haul water. This is work lifting. This is work becoming lighter. When you think about a drone, right? It defies gravity. Girl, you defy gravity. And be free of apologizing for this ability of yours to anyone, anywhere. Oh, you know what? Wicked is such a great show for you. I understand they're making a movie, but this is your ability to where anyone that's trying to shoot your drone down, you just are not there. Your drone moves like the speed of light. You're becoming more and more adept and more progressive and free. And as you do, the people that you've known are going, oh, no, I want Andrea down here with us again. No, she's moving up. Oh, you know what? That's kind of a threat to me. I don't want to move up. But, no, it's so much easier if we just drag her down. Yeah, she needs to come back down to us. No, it ain't happening. No, it ain't happening. Andrea, it is not happening. You are boom, boom, boom. Go for it. Go for it. Absolutely. And in any way, shape, or form where you have felt like you needed to apologize to anyone for anything, that's their stuff. Return to sender. Return to sender. Move that out of your energy field. And you'll be given the direction and the power. So where's a drone controlled from, right? It's controlled by another mechanism somewhere else. This is you being not controlled, but guided by the divine. And you're going to go places, not go, and you go, why am I even going here? Like, what? Like for me going to this show in February, both my son and I, Ken and I, are going, I don't know, we need to go to this. So you kind of follow that divine direction. It's like you're tuned in to the drone mechanism that's guiding you, right? You're way tuned in more to it. So you're not just flying off on your own or off the handle. You're being guided, absolutely being guided. I love that. Okay, Ashley, thanks for being here. Fantastic. So we talked a little bit about this earlier, Ashley, with a couple of other people. And it's okay to express negative feelings. Oh, no, it should be positive all the time. No, it's okay. Find a trusted friend. You don't just go spewing negativity, because that's when people spew negativity, then you can tell that they're wanting energy from other people. They're doing the poor me thing. This is not about you doing the poor me thing, but this is like, again, find somebody that holds your hair back when you're throwing up. And then it's okay for you to express, especially the sorrow. Because sometimes there are sad things, and be free of the need to hold back your feelings when it comes especially to sorrow or sadness. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to shed tears, because literally the tears have toxins in them that are leaving your body. They perform a physical need to release it. Very, very important for you. Let go of the sorrow, and anything you need help with, that's what this show is about. So every one of you, Kenan and I are sending great energy, great blessings to every one of you. And the messages on the show is for you, especially tonight, is the sorrow is going to lift. Just like there's a night, there's always this day. There's always this beautiful, beautiful openness and happiness for you. Also, get yourself some flowers. So this is a little bit like Preston, but for you, you need yellow. And you can look up the spiritual meaning of yellow, okay? You're needing yellow. Hey, Robin. Oh, my God. Robin. Robin and I have known each other 40 years. Long time. So, Robin, the group card tonight, I don't know if you were on the group card, but the group card, I'll remind you all, since we're getting toward the end of the show, the group card is the Shambhala initiations. This is the retreat and recharge. Retreat and recharge. You have horses. You know horses like the back of your hand. Everyone on the show, Robin, is a horse master up in Washington, Oregon area. And so, Robin, what would happen if you just ran the horses 8-10 hours a day? Ran. It'd kill them. You get my point? You accomplish more. We all accomplish more when we take time to recharge and retreat, because only then do we quiet the mind to receive these emissions from Shambhala. Shambhala is that area between realms that is really where the masters live. Every great teacher, every great master, guru, Christ, all of that comes from that consciousness. This is why it's important for you to be the hermit. Take that vacation. Okay, we're good. Hey, Lanny, thank you so much for your contribution. I really appreciate it. It does so help. We got it today in the mail, so I really love you very much and appreciate you so much. And then Lachelle, I love it. Lachelle, you're on the show for the first time. Everybody welcome Lachelle. It's so great. Although maybe I think you were on before, a long time ago. But anyway, it feels like the first time. That's the important thing. So, Lana, this is the Hierophant. What you know happens. So you wrote in my letter today that 2024 is going to be a great year. Guess what? That was the Hierophant. That's the knower. And you're creating it. This is also hunting. And you know, Craig, Chuck's son, is a taxidermist. So I don't know if there's something about this year you're getting, it feels like more of a gift for someone else. It's like a taxidermy gift. But this is the knower about the money coming in, the peace. You are such a manifester. Whatever you think, it happens. And if you're thinking, I'll give you that example of that gentleman that you saved his life in the sawmill. So everybody that's new on the show, Lana had a premonition, vision, that this gentleman that she barely knew, or kind of known for years, but not real well, was going to get hit by a chain at a chainsaw. the big sawmill, the big chains. And the next day he comes in and she goes, listen, I don't know what you do for work, but don't go down by the sawmill. And he's like, how do you know I work at the sawmill? Well, he actually worked in the office at the sawmill. Anyway, a week or so later, however long it was, he called her and he goes, I never go down to the saw, but I had to go down and see somebody that day for some paperwork. And I remembered what you said and I stood back. And sure enough, that saw broke. So when you're given these visions, they're given to you for a reason. If you had not said anything, it probably would have cost his life. You can change by speaking your vision. So if you see something dark or tragic, change it, right? This is a dream. This life is a dream. We can go in and change our dreams. This is changing your vision. Okay. Okay, my dear Lachelle. Here we go. I really hope one of these days you get to meet Kenan. Okay, Lachelle. Worry doesn't climb a hill. Worry doesn't pay a bill. Are you willing in any way, shape, or form that you are worrying to stop it? Worry is an energy, and the universe responds to worry. The universe responds to any energy, right? But if you're feeding worry, then the universe gives you more to worry about because that's where your energy is going. Pull it back. This is about focus, because it's really easy to worry instead of focus. And then you begin to focus on worry. And then everything goes, you're creating your reality. So when you worry, you're creating everything about that worry. Instead, like your grandmother, go, no, focus. This is the Hierophant. No, absolutely no, this is going to happen. Know how it's going to happen. Or no, it's going to happen. Give up the how on how it's going to happen. Because worry is a waste of spiritual energy. Yes. And who's next?
So that's everybody tonight. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys, thank you so much all for being here. This was amazing. I hope you got something from the show. If you have, please let me know. Text me, instant message me, email me, and we'll do this again Sunday night. I love you all very much. And again, thank you so much. Have a great night.